Morning, folks. I'm absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Everton have won. Finally! Alex Iwobi is Everton's saviour. I've lost my voice, and that's for more reasons than one. But overall, didn't see the first half. First half was dead as I don't know what, but didn't even manufacture one opportunity, which is just atrocious. I think one shot and it was off target. So second half came out, didn't look like we had a sniff, and then in the last 15 minutes, or from the 75th minute, you could sense a bit of a change. And obviously, if you watch the game, you would know this game went for 107 minutes, and that's because some fan decided to, for some reason, attach himself to a goalpost with zip ties, and apparently required about 15 ground staff to get this lady or man off. I don't know who it was, but one of the more bizarre events I've ever seen. Absolutely stunning headline that'd make for newspapers and digital articles. But talking about the game, the Iwobi goal, I don't know where it came from, but of all people, it was Alex Iwobi, and Alex Iwobi hasn't played or hasn't gotten a very continuous run of form going. He hasn't been in the best 11 for a long period of time. Um, but today, if it wasn't for that guy, we're getting a draw basically, or possibly even staring down the barrel of a loss. It almost felt like all hope was lost. Alan picks up a red after VAR check on it for about 5 minutes. You could see it coming as soon as the pitch referee went to the monitor. You just knew if he's going to have a look at it again, it's probably because he's really contemplating giving him a red, and that's what happened. But somehow we dug deep, we scored the goal, and for the rest of the game, the crowd was buzzing. I think there was a shot somewhere in the 80s where Anthony Gordon launched one from outside the box, and that's when you could see where we were, switched on. And DCL, I think, gave Evertonian some life because that guy has or possesses a threat like no one else on the team. It would worry Newcastle out because, they know how good of a player he is at his peak form. It's just a matter of when he finds it. And even though he didn't score today, he was involved in that passage of play. He did that 1-2 with the Iwobi that was able to give us enough room to get ourselves that goal. There were so many moments that happened in this game. As I said, the Alan foul and subsequent red card was probably the worst of it. But it was absolutely amazing. The post-match scenes when we scored the goal, Lampard, the passion from that guy is incomparable to pretty much any other manager in the league besides Antonio Conte, probably. I've never seen such a passionate celebration, and that's going to show a guy who cares about the football club, a guy that wants us to win, a guy that wants us to be successful. If people calling for his head this early into his tenure at Everton are absolute numpties, I don't really know how you can come to conclusions like that so early on, given he's had no room to really change the squad up at all. But just seeing how he was, he was communicating and interacting with the players, how the fans were interacting with the players, it was very aggressive and fierce. I think a lot of people, players involved, knew the importance of winning this fixture, and we got the job done. Another huge thing that I think some people will blow right over, given we won this game, and that's all that really matters at this point, is the clean sheet. That hasn't happened in a long time, and Begovic was the guy in goal, and he did a very solid job. Was tested a couple times, but overall, was very, very important in ensuring we got the clean sheet. And ultimately, I've said this in past weeks, if we were going to get a clean sheet, we had to capitalise and, and score goals, basically, because, clean sheets come at a premium at this football club. And today, for the first time in a long time, we capitalised on it. I honestly did not care how we got this win. I said we needed to pick up all 3 points. We could not come up empty-handed, given the difficulty of our fixtures. Probably the hardest, or one of the hardest in the league. So games like this are games you just need to pick up the points. And, well, we did. And looking at the fixture, I will probably put up a screenshot of the bottom 5. And you can see we are now 3 points clear of the drop. Burnley, who have played the same amount of games as us, are 4 points behind. So at the moment, we're okay. Leeds United are 1 point ahead of us, and they have 2 games in hand. Brentford are 5 points ahead of us, and they also have 2 games in hand. So that game against Brentford that we will play later in the season will be huge. That one's also going to be at Goodison Park. So that'll be a very good fixture. Obviously, a 6-point swing if one team picks up all 3 points. I can breathe a little more easily. Big win. Iwobi, thank you very much. DCL, thank you very much. Alan, thank you very much. And you want to know why I say that? I say that because I think a lot of Everton players were absolutely fired up when he got sent off. And I think that gave him a little, or inserted a little bit of fire inside of them to play this one out. And ultimately, we pick up all 3 points. I can't slander the backline. You can't slander the backline. DCL was great. One thing I am going to say, though, can we stop flopping, please? Stop. Stop. We had 3 or 4 opportunities in that second half where we dove in the box. We were idiots. Idiots. I don't know why we decided to try flop. Draw the foul. If you kept trying to run with the ball, you could have created something. But instead you hit the deck, hope for a whistle, didn't get the whistle, lost the ball in the process, and then Newcastle went on the counter. So that's ultimately how Alan got sent off, because Seamus Coleman was too busy trying to draw a foul. We weren't set up back, and then Alan had to basically sacrifice himself in order to hold up the counter-attack. So stuff like that's so frustrating. Richarlison, man, you've got to... Seriously, he's got to stop flopping too. I know it's just, it's in his nature as a Brazilian. They love to do that. But seriously, flopping like a salmon is not going to win your games of football. If anything, it's going to get you yellow cards for staging, basically. So I think we just do more harm than good by trying to draw fouls, by flailing our arms, making sure the refs are seeing it. Just play the game. If you play the game, the whistles will come. And you're a good footballing side if you don't need to rely on the whistle to get your points. We had to do the hard way and win with 10 men, somehow score a jammy goal, and it happened. So as I said, I'm buzzing. If you did enjoy this, drop a like, subscribe to the show. We're going to be doing match reactions on a weekly basis. Crystal Palace coming up in the Cup. I'm interested to see what we do. Obviously didn't manufacture too many chances, but based off how we played when DCL was on in the last 20-25 minutes, you've got to play him. You've got to play him in the starting 11. So I think if we do that and we wake up on the right side of bed, we will give ourselves every chance of winning. But thank you. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.